Hello friends! 50 years ago, a new episode of Star Trek The Original Series was aired on NBC, where no man has gone before. It is, again, just like last week's episode, a story about a man who gets superpowers and they basically drive him insane, and he tries to take over the Enterprise and kill our main heroes. This time, it's not a passenger like in Charlie X, but Captain Kirk's best friend, Mr. Gary Mitchell. The story is very simple. The Enterprise is searching for a lost starship called the Valiant. They find a recorder, listen to the tapes, and find out that the captain ordered self-destruction after he searched for all records on ESP. And Kirk decides that the Enterprise should also follow the path. They encounter a weird barrier on the edge of the galaxy, and when they fly through it, the crew members which have higher ESP get zapped and get superpowers. The highest ESP of them all has Gary Mitchell, so he becomes this kind of godlike creature. He can do anything he wants with his mind, and for some reason he turns evil and tries to take over the ship, so they decide to leave him on a mining planet, because the alternative would be to kill him, which Kirk, of course, refuses. But what they don't know is that the psychiatrist, the walking freezer unit, Elizabeth, was also zapped, but she got a lower ESP, so the effect started to show on her later than on Gary. She, of course, joins him. Kirk decides to kill Mitchell, but for some reason, Dr. Danner is still on his side. Well, Kirk, of course, defeats Gary with the help of Elizabeth, and both these superhumans die on the planet. So, there are a couple of strange things about this episode. First of all, does ESP actually exist? Because I know that it was referenced in many different sci-fi movies and TV shows and novels, but does it actually exist? Because I would really like to know what is the official scientific statement on this. Second, the Great Barrier. Again, is there something like that around our galaxy? Because, again, I have not seen any scientific evidence which would suggest it, but they used this barrier in, I think, one more episode, and it's probably the same thing as the one in Star Trek V. Out of 10. Tell me what you think in the comments, and see you next week.